I was in Brussels. I was sitting on La Grande Place, which is a beautiful square in the center of town. Suddenly, a man came and sat next to me and started talking to me.
Saya berada di Brussels. Saya sedang duduk di lapangan Puls yang merupakan alun-alun yang indah, dan di tengahnya dengan kokoh seorang pria masuk duduk di sebelah saya dan mulai berbicara dengan saya.
In the center of town. Suddenly, a man came and sat next to me and started talking to me. So I turned to him and I answered. Then I turned back and I asked myself, why is he talking to me? Suddenly I realized, Julian, you're becoming Norwegian. So I turned to the man and I said, sorry, I live in a country where people don't speak to each other.
Kemudian saya berbalik lalu saya bertanya pada diri sendiri, mengapa dia berbicara dengan saya tiba-tiba. Saya menyadari, Julian, Anda menjadi orang Norwegia. Jadi saya menoleh ke pria itu dan saya berkata, maaf, saya tidak tinggal di negara di mana orang tidak berbicara satu sama lain.
The thing is in Norway is not that people don't speak to each other, is that socialization takes part in a much more framed and organized manner. I was not expecting this man as a stranger to come and talk to me. However, this is surprising because I come from the French-speaking part of Canada.
Masalahnya di Norwegia bukan karena orang tidak berbicara satu sama lain, adalah bahwa sosialisasi mengambil bagian dalam cara yang jauh lebih terbingkai dan terorganisir. Saya tidak mengharapkan pria ini sebagai orang yang asing untuk datang dan berbicara dengan saya, namun mengejutkan karena saya berasal dari bagian berbahasa Prancis di Kanada.
That type of behavior is totally normal. However, my mental programming has changed. My brain has been rewired. Because during the last 5 years, I've lived in a tiny little country in the north of Europe, which is called Norway. When you move to a different country, there's 3 ways that you can relate to the culture. You can confront, complain, or conform. When you confront, you believe that your behaviors are the right behaviors. When you complain, what it happens is that you will isolate yourself into social bubbles of foreigners living in segregation with the society. When you adapt your way to behave, when you conform to the whole society, then you can truly benefit from diversity. But that implies that you are observing, learning, understanding the behaviors of others, and adapting your own so that it fits with the behaviors of the society you're in. I was in the northeast of Spain, in a beautiful region of Catalonia. And I was there with a very good friend of mine. He is 2 meters tall, blonde hair, and blue eyes. And we were visiting the beautiful region where they're making the cava, the Spanish sparkling wine. And after the guided tour, we asked some more questions to the very charming guide that was there. And she was explaining us with passion about what she was doing. And then suddenly she stopped. She took a step aside. She took my friend, and she shook him. And then she looked at me and said, why is he not interested into what I'm saying? Because she was not getting the emotional feedback she was used to. She was seeing his emotional feedback through her own cultural glasses. Meaning that she was interpreting the fact that he had a neutral face on what it would mean if someone from her culture would have that face. And that would mean that the person was not interested or didn't want to be there. And we all see the world through cultural glasses. The lens through which your brain sees the world shapes your reality. If you can change the lens, not only can you change the way your brain perceives behaviors, but you can change the way people relate to cultural differences. Embedded within that statement is the key to benefiting from diversity. 3 years ago,